Hey folks, Fat Guy Flies RC. Alright, we're out here. This is going to be, and I know there's no such thing as a re-maiden, technically. I flew out the other day and I had to get out of here pretty quick because the weather was getting bad, so I didn't get to finish the maiden flight. So I didn't get to do any stall testing or check the CG inverted or anything. And so this is going to be like the maiden part 2. And this time, Camera Precious gets to film it. So let's take her up and continue on with the maiden.
Motor is hot. Be careful.
All right. Right. In my high rates, right, left, up, down, right, left.
Landing flaps. Takeoff flaps.
I do remember that the takeoff flaps, even though they're small, are quite effective. Now, remember, this is an ME262. You don't want to try to get her in the air quickly because she'll jump in the air prematurely. You want to get up to good speed first. Okay.
Starting the fun over.
3.5 minutes. Here we go.
The flaps are up. The gear is tucked away.
Now I got the
time remaining 3 minutes.
all right. She's flying pretty good. All right. Let me check inverted here. Not too bad. Don't really have to hold too much pressure. I'm going to try it again, but I'm into the sun, so. Hold on. All right, tell you what, we'll do a stall test. Power's out. All right, she wants to drop a wing a little to the left. You can try that again. All right, you're flying along, lose power. And she really just starts slumping down. She just starts kind of gliding on down. Maybe a little to the left, not too bad.
Time remaining 2 minutes.
All right.
The gear is coming down. Landing flaps.
Come by dirty.
The flaps are up. Landing flaps.
All right. All right, almost on the runway. All right,
Takeoff flaps.
let's see how she does. Come back down here, still got 1:23. Take off one more time. Real quick, I want to adjust that battery. She still feels like she needs a little trim.
The flaps are up.
Let me go back to my monitor here real quick. Zero out my, okay, I only had 3. Only -3. All right, so we should be fine there. Let's go ahead and move that battery.
The jets are quiet. Safe to touch.
I'm gonna move the battery forward just a touch. Just a touch. She feels like she was wanting to climb too much for me. There we go. All right, move it forward just a touch. All right.
Motor is hot. Be careful.
Go ahead and continue on.
Landing flaps. Take off flaps.
Now, even though those flaps are little, they're very they're little. The little outboard flaps, they're quite effective. All right, here we go.
The flaps are up. The gear is tucked away. Time remaining 1 minute.
Yeah. Gotta move that battery even further forward. She still wants to climb. I think she's gonna be just fine though.
The gear is coming down. Landing flaps. Seconds.
All right.
The jets are quiet. Safe to touch.
All right. Let's take it back to the bench. We'll talk about it.
The flaps are up.
All right. First off, take a look at them gear.
The gear is tucked away.
Now that's the new generation of DYNAM controller that they have. And I've probably cycled the gear 30 or 40 times now between the shop and here, and I mean at the house and stuff, and I've yet to have any problem with the gear. Okay, I've got a very strong latch there. In fact, it's really strong. This is where I've got the 5000 Gen 2, pretty much just tucked under there. I need to move it a little further forward because she kept wanting to climb, even though the CG seemed like it was fine. Let me put the hatch back on. Got a Spectrum receiver in there. AR36TA, I think is what it is. Dual antenna. CG is 115 to 120 millimeters back from the leading edge root. And, well, she seems to CG perfectly. I guess it's just the nature of the beast. So there you go. Let's talk about our rates real quick. The rates that I just flew in, aileron 100%, 30% expo. Elevator 125 with 30% expo. Rudder 100%, 40% expo. Flap settings, and like I say, these little bitty inboard flat or outboard flaps, they seem quite effective as far as taking off. Flaps up are negative 100%, takeoff are 0%,
landing flaps,
and landing 100%. No mix.
The flaps
Didn't really seem to need it. All right, my AS3X settings, I do have these set for my jet, what I like to use in jets. One-time gains, and my gains are set at roll, pitch, and yaw.
AS3X mode. AS3X mode.
Roll 40, pitch 50, yaw 60. You know what? We just flew all that. I just realized I didn't have the gyro turned on. I went from manual to AS3. Well, she flies great. She don't need AS3X. So if I had used it, roll 40, pitch 50, yaw 60. That's how many times have I done that now? Priority normally for default would be 140. I've got them all set at 100 now. Stop lock 50 instead of the default 35. Release rate, I have that at the default of 55, 55, and 75. And like I say, the gains are set at one time sensitivity. But I just now realized I had it in manual mode that entire time. So that just, you know, next time we fly it, I'll do a second thought video. I'll actually turn AS3X on and we'll see how she flies. But she flies fine without it. So, all right, well, there you go. And y'all know the history behind it. I've already told you that battery. Oh, that's right. We need to check the battery, don't we? Like I said, I do have the smart G2 battery, which is the only I've only got a couple of G2 batteries. I really, to be honest, I don't like them because they don't have the balance lead. I like having a balance lead, but this one doesn't. So I am going to move that battery a little bit further forward though. And we still got, I flew for solid 3 minutes and 1 second and I got 40% left. So with a 5,000, 3.5 minutes, maybe 3 minutes if you're going to hit it hard the entire time, but still 3.5 minutes is a good number. But there you go. Folks, I can't say anything more about the plane other than I'm very impressed with it. Anthony, thank you so much for working our deal. We traded my very used Carbon ZT28 for this, and I'm very impressed with it, and I'm very glad. I'm very happy with what I got here. All right, y'all have a good, and God bless y'all, and don't forget, Faith, family, and friends, and then ME262s from DYNAM, version 3.